Hello and welcome back to Home Workout. Today with a 6-minute workout with deadlifts and dips. The deadlift is basically taking an object or picking up an object off the floor. And here are a few variations. I can pick it up with two hands, together, pick one object up on one side, or I can pick two objects up on both sides each. I can also shorten the range of motion, so I can not put it all the way on the floor and not pick it all the way up. But really, I want to reserve that just for if I can't do the movement this way. Again, this would be with maybe a bar or a stick, where the bar is about mid-shin and then I pull it up the legs. The feet are between hip and shoulder width apart, and the back stays straight the entire time. We're going to talk more about that throughout the workout. This is the dip. I want to keep my legs straight, lower my shoulders below the elbow, and if I can't do the movement this way, I'm going to put my feet closer to the hips. That'll make it easier. If I can't do that, I can shorten the range of motion, meaning I want to just sit down on the chair to just get started with the movement. If I have trouble with doing this, then I can just hold myself up, pressing down on the object I'm holding myself on, and hold for a certain amount of seconds. So let's start with the workout. We do 3 repetitions on the first round, then 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. So every single round we do 3 repetitions more. Here we can see myself picking up 2 objects at the same time. And now we're going to go for the dips. With the straight legs, lowering my shoulders below the elbow. That's the toughest version we've shown so far. We can show some variations as well. This would be again the deadlift with 2 bottles, this time from a little bit more from the front, so you can see how wide the feet should be apart. Putting the water bottles back on the floor, touching the floor, and then standing back up. Because it's the second round, we do 6 repetitions. After 6 repetitions, putting the bottles back on the floor, and then just do an adjusted variation of the dips with the feet closer to the hips, lowering the hips to the floor, making sure that the shoulders are about elbow level. If I can't do that, then I can just sit on the chair like I've shown before and stand back up, or press myself back up with the arms to get started with the movement. Now the round of 9, again I want to do 9 repetitions. Here I do the same thing, just with 1 bottle, so if you only have 1 bottle at home, or if this is the starting weight that you have, then you can do this variation. Notice that my heels are staying on the floor the entire time. Make sure that you don't shift forward on your toes. Touching the bottle 9 times on the floor, keeping the back straight. And then going back into our next round of dips, and this time I'm showing you a variation where I have less range of motion. For beginners, this would be a good option, where you just lower yourself a little bit, help with the legs as you stand back up, and this way I do 9 repetitions, getting out of the chair, so to speak. Finishing up the round, standing back up, back to the deadlifts. Now we go into 12 repetitions. I'm showing you a variation now with 1 object and 1 arm. You can do that as well. It's slightly off balance. That is fine. I wouldn't do this as my main option, but to vary the exercise, you can absolutely do this. So I did 6 repetitions with my left arm, and now I'm doing 6 repetitions with my right arm for the total of 12 repetitions. And that is another adjustment that I can do. Now going back to the 12 dips, doing the harder version here. So keeping my legs straight, that means I have to lift the most weight. And now I'm lowering my shoulders again below the elbow and pressing myself up until my elbows are fully extended. Again, you can't do that many at a time. You want to take breaks in between so you don't have to follow the exact pace here. And if the movement is entirely too hard, you take an easier variation of the movement. Here we're back to the deadlifts with now 15 repetitions, showing the full movement once more. With both water bottles slightly touching the floor, changing my angle so you can see a little bit from the front. With the heels staying on the floor the entire time, backs staying straight. Going for a total of 15 repetitions. And again, if this is too fast, you want to slow it down or even take a break. That's not a problem at all. And if you cannot do the movement specifically like this, you can adjustment as shown in the warm-up. Again, a variation with my feet closer to my hips. I want to work on the range of motion if I can, so the shoulders go below the elbow. And I can obviously help with my feet doing that. If I need to take a break, like I've just shown, I can do that as well. So I did 5 repetitions. And now I'm going to continue for another 10. And for yourself at home, if you cannot get into the round of 12, 15, etc., it doesn't matter. It just matters that you do something for 6 minutes. You get started with 3 reps, then you do 6, maybe you get to 9, maybe you get to 12. But everything after that is a bonus. Now we're getting to 18 repetitions, and now I'm just going using one object, and you can decide that for yourself depending on your strength level, depending on the weight of your object. You want to take 1 or 2 objects or a bar, whatever works best for you. If you've gotten to 18, by the way, that's a lot of repetitions, so great job for that. But if you did less, it doesn't matter as long as you challenge yourself at your level. We're finishing up the round of 18, and to finish it off, I'm going to show you a variation where the arms stay extended for the amount of seconds that I need to do repetitions. So in this case, I'm going to hold myself up for about 18 seconds. Then I'm done with the workout. Thank you guys so much for joining. See you again tomorrow.